Mr. Elliott, Doctor, we'll see you in just a few minutes. Thank you for your patience. Oh, Mr. Brewster is just ready to jump all over the first doctor that sets foot in there.
Again?
Oh, yeah, and in rare form.
Well, Lucille, I just saw him yesterday.
Oh, he took great pains to point that out. I really would not expect a Christmas card this year.
Well, if he'd take his medication as faithfully as he takes his booze, he wouldn't have to be back here at all.
He's just going to have to wait a minute, Lucille. I have to call Bill Daly over at Hillcrest about Mrs. Hughes.
Oh, I can't guarantee I can keep him quiet back there.
I'll take him for you.
Oh, really?
Sure. Let's call it a peace offering.
Well, isn't that something you two can use?
Oh, thanks.
No problem. You got his chart?
Yep, right here.
We who are about to die salute you.
Excuse me.
Brian!
Can anybody in here tell me where I might buy some beluga caviar?
Well, I don't believe this. How are you? It is you.
Yeah.
I just saw your name in the new physician's directory yesterday. I was going to call you later.
Well, I beat you to it. How are you, Ben?
I'm great. And you?
Well, except for the caviar problem, I don't have any complaints.
Oh, come, Dave, Lucille, come here. This is my old roommate, classmate from med school, Dr. Brian Graham. This is Dave Phillips, my associate in this chamber of horrors, and Lucille Figgins, our enter to Igor.
It's nice to meet you.
Well, I'm surprised after that introduction. Hi.
Brian's been working out at the Bedford Institute.
Oh.
I see its reputation precedes me.
Well, it'd be hard for it not to.
Did I get you to bedtime?
Well, actually, yes.
No, you
but,
didn't. Ben, why don't you take Brian into the office and catch up? I'll take care of Mr. Brewster. Consider it my peace offering.
All right, thanks. Come on back to the office. Hey, last I heard you were in Philadelphia. That's why I didn't think it was really you in the directory. Oh, why the change?
Well, I wasn't going anywhere there, so you're dead end.
No comment. Right this way, sir.
So it's all set. Lance called Jeremy last night. Jeremy's agreed to set up the meeting with the princess. Leon Marshall has agreed to be the bodyguard. Now we're waiting on his Carlos decision.
Yeah, well, Carla's agreed to impersonate the princess.
Oh, that's excellent, Gene. Now we got ourselves a trap.
Are you leaving?
Yes, I'm going to Chesterfield. Can you give me directions there?
Chesterfield? That place is a ghetto. It's full of... well, it just isn't the proper place for a young lady to be.
I did not... Mrs. Lucas, I didn't ask you for a commentary, merely directions. Obviously, I'll have to get them elsewhere. And I'm sure that my uncle won't be pleased when he hears about your lack of cooperation.
Well, I just
And
don't...
he will hear about it.
You go to Westmoreland Avenue, all the way downtown and left on Lancaster.
Just past Merchant's Corner?
Yes, it follows the Kingsley River. And then you go through the Harcourt section. And when things get very seedy, you're in Chesterfield.
And the Chesterfield Free Clinic. Where would I find that?
The free clinic? What on earth do you want
Mrs.
there?
Lucas, please.
Oh, it's on 23rd Street, just off Lancaster. Please be careful. It really is a terrible section. Why don't you wait until your husband gets up, and then you can both go together?
He's up. 2 eggs, Mrs. Lucas. Poached. Toast and coffee, light on the cream. Sometime before Easter, if you can manage it.
Very well, sir.
Sleep well?
I didn't sleep at all.
I'm sorry to hear that. But I really do think separate beds will be best for a while.
Oh, thank you. You'll excuse me, I'm on my way out.
Please. Don't do it, Courtney.
Let go of me.
I love you, Courtney. Nothing will ever change that.
You're kidding.
I saw her in Barbados last winter. She gave her position at Johns Hopkins a well-deserved boot in the hindquarter and went down there to lose herself in her art. She's lost, all right. She's painting these absolutely hideous cubist things. I thought I was going to burst out laughing when she showed them to me. She's happy, though, so I'm happy for her.
Jenny Henderson dropping out of medicine. You know, I would have never, ever guessed that. You know, Brian, I always thought that you and she,
Well, we tried. It just wasn't, well, right, if you know what I mean. Hey, do you know who I saw at Fairmont last week? Althea Donnelly. She's in pathology at Mercy. She looks incredible. I mean, some of the old sparks were definitely there. Of course, it's not Donnelly anymore. It's O'Rourke or O'Malley or something like that. You know, now there's the one that I regret letting get away. Ah, well, you live and you learn.
oh, if I remember, you said the same thing when Dawn married Charlie.
True, and I meant it. You know they're divorced? Yeah, she called me around the first of the year and we had dinner. She's changed. A lot. Speaking of marriage,
Yeah?
I take it this is the reason for that gold band on your finger?
Yes, she is.
Does she have a name?
Yes, it's Lori.
Lori's lovely.
Well, thank you. Hey, look. Why don't you see this? This little guy's the reason for the dark circles under my eyes. Yeah, little baby. His name's Scott.
What's wrong? You too cheap to buy him a frame of his own?
No, it's just that I change his picture about once a week, so it would make much sense.
I thought there was some kind of a rule that kids were supposed to look like their parents.
There was, but I think they changed it about 6 years ago.
Oh, good. It's very nice. I'm really happy for you. Now, tell me how the Chesterfield Free Clinic fits into all this.
Not very well, I'm afraid.
You know, I'm actually relieved to hear you say that. I mean, I don't want to sound cruel, but this isn't exactly where I pictured you hanging up your shingle.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
No, you tell me. What happened to the guy who was going to go right to the top, whose future looked brighter than anybody else's?
Lance wants jewels instead of cash?
You figure it out.
But John, can that be done?
Yeah, it'll be difficult, but we can pull it off. Just, though. He wants to make the switch on Friday night. I got a lot of paperwork to do. I don't know if I can get those things until maybe Friday afternoon.
Wait a minute. Friday? That doesn't give Carla time to get ready for this thing.
Look, I'm sorry, Gene. Lance is calling the shots on this one. We're just gonna have to go along with him. I don't want to make him suspicious at this point.
I don't want, she might get scared and back out.
You want me to talk to her?
No, I'll handle it. Where's the switch gonna be made?
King's Arms restaurant.
Out in public? Look, don't get me wrong, man. I mean, I'm excited and I feel good about Carla's safety. But actually, I'm a little surprised that Lance would take such a risk.
Well, look, he'd take a lot bigger risk if he did it in private. He knows it's 3-on-1. He'd be lucky to get out of there with the jewels, let alone his life. Now, Lance is a lot smarter than that. He realizes that by doing it this way, he cancels out the possibility of a double cross, and vice versa. Plus, what you just said, it gives Carla more protection. Look, Gene, I really gotta get going. I will call you if anything else develops, all right? And, thanks for the call.
Yeah, thanks, John.
Yes, I don't suppose you could tell me where the file on the crime commission is.
What? Oh, yeah, John, sure. There you go, right here.
Ah, thanks. You know, it all looked very, important.
What's that?
Oh, your talk to Sergeant Brubaker.
Yes, it was that.
Well, I hope you don't think I'm being forward or anything, but and if I am, just let me know. But I was wondering if you could tell me what was going on. I mean, you know, I heard the part about the Dar es Salaam Bible, so I knew that's what... Right. I'm going back to my work, and I will... I'm sorry.
Janice, listen. First rule in being a good investigative reporter, you never give up until you get the answer you want. Got it?
So you don't mind my asking?
No, of course not. Just teaching you some of the basics. In fact, have a seat here. I'm gonna tell you the perfect way how to set up a good trap. Now.
Do you understand what I'm saying, Mr. Brewster?
Of course I understand. What do you think I am, stupid?
No, but you are stubborn. This is the third time you've been here this month, and each time we tell you the same thing. You have got to continue taking the pills until the infection is driven out.
But I do take them. I take them till I feel better, and then I stop.
I know, but that's the problem. You can't stop. Just because you feel better doesn't mean the infection is gone.
Excuse me, Dr. Phillips, could I see you just excuse me? Why don't you try prescribing just 3 days worth at a time? And then he'll have to keep coming back when he runs out, and maybe we can monitor him that way.
That might work. Mr. Brewster, I have a better idea.
So do I. Why don't you fire that Dr. Martin? The guy's no good anymore.
Now, just hold on a minute.
Oh, wait, you want I should say something to him?
No, what I want you to do is come back the day after tomorrow, after those pills are gone. You got it?
Yeah, I got it. I still think you ought to fire that guy, though.
You know those comments would be easier to ignore if they were the first I'd heard on the subject.
I know, but what am I going to say to Ben that I haven't already said?
Hello, Dr. Phillips.
Miss Carpenter,
I was wondering if I might speak with you a moment.
may I ask what about?
Oh, yes, you may. But it's not Carpenter any longer. It's Sumner now.
Well, that's right. Excuse me.
Please call me Courtney. You know, after what happened the last time I was in here, I accused Peter Davidson of lying to me about my husband. I have reason to believe now that he was telling me the truth. But I need to hear more, and I need to hear it from someone who knows. From you, Dr. Phillips.
Courtney,
And I'm not leaving until I do.
One thing I don't understand, how are you going to get this princess to cooperate with you? But you just said that she was going to wear jewels and...
I know who Lance thinks is the princess.
Oh, an imposter.
Exactly.
On the police force.
Nope. It's gonna be my wife. A friend of mine is the bodyguard. What do you think about that?
Well, I think it's, interesting.
It's all gonna take place at the King's Arms, too.
Well, I'll be anxious to see.
You and me both. I'd be anxious to see what the front page is gonna be like Saturday, too. Well, that reminds me. Were you able to, call the mayor's office and get a confirmation about the statement that he made about running for re-election?
I'll do that right now.
Good. Oh, and Janice, just leave a note on my desk and let me know one way or the other. I've got to get a recent photograph of the King of Doria. I'll talk to you later.
Sure. Yes, the presidential suite, please. It's Janice. We have a bit of a problem.
I really wanted this place to work in the beginning. Brian, I pursued it with more energy than I've ever pursued anything. And I don't want to give you the wrong impression. I am very proud of the work that's done here. I know how necessary it is. But right now, I'm just, I don't know, just confused about continuing with it.
I don't think you're confused at all. I think you're miserable.
No, wait a minute. I didn't
No,
say...
that's an observation, not an accusation. I don't blame you. But just forcing yourself to come down here every day must take an incredible amount of energy. I know I couldn't do it. No, I respect you, though. I respect the commitment it took to conceive of and carry out something like this. But I also know that everybody has their limitations. And one of the surest signs that those limitations have been met is unhappiness.
Maybe. You know, I just can't get rid of this image of Jenny Henderson. Sweet, naive little Jenny Henderson sitting there on a beach in Barbados painting this cubist ocean, you know. I know why she did it, Brian. And I also know you're right. She's happy.
Well, I'm afraid she's got the market cornered on cubist landscapes. Tell you what, though. You could buy you some clay. You could pretend you're Michelangelo.
Oh, that sounds good. I'm not really sure if I want an answer to this. But are things going as well for you as I think they are?
Better.
Oh, I had to ask.
Be happy while you're living, for you're a long time dead, as my grandfather used to say. I don't know. I think the old man would be pretty pleased at how well I've taken his advice.
Brian, about the Bedford Institute.
Ah, here it comes. I must say, I thought you'd bring it up a lot sooner. Your colleague didn't even waste a hello before he made a comment.
Well, not that I think that was right, but there are rumors.
Yes, there are, and I investigated them before I accepted the position. The rumors are groundless, I assure you. But here's a question for you. How many of your patients have died since you opened this clinic?
Somewhere around 7 or 8, I guess. But you have to understand, this is a very poor neighborhood.
Exactly. The poor die, and nobody cares. But you let 3 rich, overweight, overindulged junior leaguers do away with themselves, and the public is up in arms. What the public doesn't know is that 2 of those women were friends with a man who owns the Chronicle. Suddenly the press is badgering us about questionable deaths. There's a lot of hype in this world, Ben. Surprised I have to point that out to you. Well, it's all right. Now you know better. So, when do I get to meet Lori and your son?
Tonight.
Tonight's out. I've got a commitment at the country club.
Tomorrow night.
Maybe. I might be out of town, though. A friend's calling tonight with the skiing conditions in Aspen. Now, if they're good, I'm off for a few days.
All right, wait, I'll tell you what. I'll give you my number. If you can make it, fine. If you can't, just call me when you get back and we'll set something up. There you go.
Actually, this thing at the country club could be taken care of some other time. What time do you want me at your place?
Oh, all right. Good. 6:30.
That sounds reasonable. I should be going. I've got a facelift schedule in a couple of hours. It's good seeing you again.
Boy, it has been good. I'm really looking forward to having you around. You're just exactly what I need right now.
I agree.
Yeah. I'll see you tonight.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
I have a right to see that file. I am his wife.
Well, legally, that doesn't change a thing.
And what about morally? Don't you have a moral obligation to let me know the extent of my husband's problem?
The moral choices here were yours, Courtney. You knew there was a possibility that what Peter said was true. You chose to ignore it. You have no right to compromise my ethics to cover your mistakes.
Well, now that sounds a lot like a confirmation to me, Doctor. Unfortunately, I need a little bit more. And as for the choice that I made, well, choice is your word, not mine. There were no choices involved.
Do you expect me to believe
yes,
that?
Yes, I do. How dare you stand there and tell me what I was facing? Do you really think that someone would have done what I did if it wasn't absolutely necessary? Do you really think that I have so little regard for myself that I'd knowingly walk into a lifetime of unhappiness without first checking every avenue of escape? Oh, your smugness is a little too incredible to be believed. Well, I can see that my coming here was a waste of time, if you'll excuse me.
Now, just hold it, young lady. You don't unload on me and just walk out.
And why not? You're certainly not offering me any...
What I'm offering may be not what you came for, but what you came for is unfair. Now, I'm sorry I doubted you. And I'm sorry that you're hurting so deeply.
But you can't do anything about it, right? Do you believe that marriage is sacred?
Yes, of course I do.
So do I. I believe that it is a vow that has to be based on truth. Knowing full well what was ahead of us, I made that promise to Vaughn in good faith. Although he did not pronounce his with any conviction, I believe there was a sacredness to his saying the words out loud. I want my marriage to work. Unfortunately, I think it'll be a little difficult to do by myself. If Vaughn has a problem, I've got to know about it.
Look, bring Vaughn in this afternoon. Give him one more chance. If he refuses, I'll tell you everything.
When I left this morning, you said that you loved me. Did you mean it?
Of course I do, Courtney. You should know that.
No, I don't know that. At least not by your actions. But I want to give you a chance to change that. Dr. Phillips would like to see the both of us at the Chesterfield Clinic this afternoon.
No.
You realize what your refusal is saying to me?
Yes, it's saying that it's none of his business, Courtney, and I won't be intimidated by him.
It's a full confession of my suspicions. And if you're not there, you will regret